Hello viewers, welcome to Mantan TV. These days we can see government proposing public-private partnerships, and in an article we have seen railways is also planning to adopt this partnership from public and private sectors. Let's get some details on this article. We have CA Hanumanlu garu with us to give some details on this article. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
As I told, railways are also planning to adopt this new method, that is public-private partnerships.
Yes.
I won't say this as new thing, but government is coming forward to take up more public-private partnerships.
Yes.
Please give us some details about this, sir.
See, what's happening is the cost of transportation. If it is on the road, if we have to spend 10 rupees, suppose if you have to 10 rupees per some unit, railways will cost only 6 rupees or 4 to 5 rupees, 5 to 6 rupees only. It means that 40% cost will be reduced, number one. So, but the railways needs a lot of huge investments, maybe public transport or goods transport. It requires a lot of infrastructure, means lines, engines, electrification, coaches, and stations upgradation.
Yes.
And for everything has to be built up now. And another part of railways is major income source for railways is goods transportation. Of course, public transportation is popular, very useful for many low class, middle class people. But for goods transportation, railways are the cheap and best available source for goods transportation. The best for this it requires a lot of new lines. There was a proposal long time itself, and the major large infrastructure projects, the proposal to take up dedicated commercial lines for goods transportation, especially for goods, just like we have metro lines.
Yes.
A separate dedicated line, separated this one, and it is not concerned to, it will not disturb, it will not do the existing railways lines.
Yes.
The same way, because railways are having huge bunch of lands and underused also, government is proposing why can't we use the excess lands available with the railways to build up new dedicated lines for commercial lines, maybe for goods transport or we can say luxury class transportation. Instead of people going for by air, they may go on train itself.
Also. Yes.
So these are commercial, and the government, railways department is planning to have a separate dedicated infrastructure for transportation of goods as well as luxury passenger, to help the luxury passengers. So this is possible only because until now only the government is providing funds for railways improvement.
Yes.
So what is happening is that some money is not sufficient to meet the requirements as we planned to grow fast. So it may take 100 years to complete some projects. So what the government is thinking is let there be a separate dedicated organization which provide sufficient finance to the railways to undertake dedicated commercial lines as well as luxury projects. So this is the way the government is thinking, that in that the government is proposing to develop commercial lines in the coming months under the public-private partnership model. Just like you can see national highway authorities,
yes.
Roads are being undertaken by the government, Airport Authority of India, that is collecting money, and airlines are operating that. The same way, why can't we use the same model for railways also? Even shipping companies also, harbour is owned by government,
yes,
and ships are owned by this. The same way, this can be taken up. The government is proposing like that. That will give you a commercial value as well as cost reduction to trade businessmen as well as luxury passengers also. That requires huge investment, very much huge investment. That is not possible.
Yes.
You can see the bullet train project, going to undertaking between Bombay to Delhi.
Yes.
Bullet train project, and like that, such projects needs a lot of investment, but also, of course, it will be useful for longer period. But it should be commercially viable. You see, we have seen Vande Bharat trains.
Yes.
Nearly 136, I think, 75 runs, 75 trains, 60 or 65 are running profitably, and only around 10 are not they are running not up to the mark, and 2 or 3 lines are below the mark. Means they are running in losses. For this purpose, when the government, railway department is reducing the coaches, so that the cost will be reduced.
Yes.
If it is not viable, if it is viable, they are adding coaches also very possible, because the length of the station is important to accommodate the Vande Bharat number of coaches. So for construction of all these key projects and for more commercial value, commercial edge, and also the government is planning the one more sector is mining. It is very costly and very heavy, bulky also.
Yes.
It needs a lot of cost of transportation, and that will from raw material to processed product. It will take so many stages and so many places to be transferred. So to be moved from so many places. So for this purpose also, government, the railway department is planning to have a dedicated lines, especially for goods passenger as well as mining also. This requires a lot of infrastructure development. That is, for this purpose, the government is instead of going only for the railway funds, self-generated or government allotted funds, they can go for alternative funds of private investment. And this is solely relying on the, instead of solely relying on the engineering, procurement and construction model. Means what is happening is, until now we are doing only procuring the funds and internal generation and government sanctioned funds only. Now with this they can go for dedicated lines also. They can charge just like national highways are charging toll tax. The goods transporter also will be ready to pay that amount. The carriers, maybe dedicated transport carriers may pay the charges for using the railway lines or railway lands also. So this is the way. Also, there is the government is planning that there are so many idle investments in India. The idle investments may be underproductive investments.
Yes.
Means that is government are planning to transform idle assets as ideal assets. So the planning to transform the idle assets as financial assets. So that will add investment opportunities, investments, and what we'll call funds required for take up all these large projects. And the available fund excess, the available funds saved for not using for railways, the funds will be available with the government. Those funds can be used for social investments, maybe education, healthcare, safety, what we'll call infrastructure development. That social development, social infrastructure can be used for that excess funds. So these are the steps the government is planning to take up, and also the government is planning to spend around 2.6 lakh crores in the current financial.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.